zone. You're drinking soda. Like, Drika had to have a polyp removed from her cooch. And then
that's so crazy to compare those two things.
And then, like, I've been on vacation, staycation since like last Thursday, and I feel more tired now than ever. And I got to go to work tomorrow. I feel like I have had no time off.
Yeah, but work is stay work, though. Just like you had a staycation, it's stay work.
He's saying that because I work from home.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, no, it was just like Thursday I was off, and then Mom had an appointment, and then Friday I cooked. Friday was probably like the only day I felt like I was on vacation because I barbecued. It was the 4th of July.
Yeah.
We had sparklers, like that was fun. We pranced around like fairies in the backyard.
Yeah.
Like not those type of fairies, but like fairies from a fairy tale, you know.
Wait, what?
However you want to take it.
Wait, what are you talking about? What other fairies are there?
You know how, never mind. But anyway, you can cut that one out. But anyway, people may take, never mind.
It's okay.
I'm tired. So, but that was fun. Mom wanted to do sparklers, so we did that. And then, we spent like Friday night was it Friday night or Saturday? No. Yeah, Friday night, Drika ended up having a polyp, it was like this long mass that was hanging out. And then like we had to take her to the emergency vet and then like the 24-hour vet hospital. So we're sitting like at 11:30, like Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And then we didn't get back home until like 1:30. And then they really couldn't do anything. And then so then we had to call one of the here in Jacksonville, it's called No More Homeless Pets. And so we had to take her in there like Sunday. So like all Saturday was like stressful because we had to keep an eye on her.
Mm-hmm.
And when a dog has polyps like that, they can't go to the bathroom. So she had like a vaginal polyps.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it's out, she can't go pee.
Yeah.
So Johnny had to keep pushing it back up in there, which is what the doctors told us to do. And then it was just so uncomfortable. It was so stressful. And then Sunday we basically were in and out of that clinic, the dog vet.
Yeah.
Like waiting for her. They removed her polyp. And it was just crazy. It was just the craziest time. I was like I know it was things out of my control.
Yeah.
But it really sucked. Like I got to do nothing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I didn't get to relax, I guess. And like I'm still, maybe it's the stress and kind of like the relaxing and my body's coming down from the stress of everything is why I'm tired.
Well, you say that, but at least you weren't the one that had to ask for KY jelly out of a locked case.
Yeah, he didn't. No, okay, so here's the thing. Like, okay, so when we took Drika to the vet, like they were like, oh, well, you can use like KY jelly. I'm like, well, why can't you use petroleum jelly? I was like, this is just ridiculous. I was like, you just need something where it's like lubricated. I was like, why KY? That just
because it's a different recipe.
That's just stupid.
It's a different lube recipe.
I guess so, but that's what we had to use on the dog. And then the doctor was like, well, which one of you feels comfortable? I was like, I do not feel comfortable doing that. I was like, I can't. And I mean, it's not that I don't love my dog. I love my dog. She's everything to us. But I was like, I absolutely cannot like stick my finger up there and push that polyp back up there.
Yeah.
So I was so happy whenever they were able to remove that.
Well, I'd rather do that than ask for the KY jelly.
Did they look at you weird?
I just felt weird because I'm there with Grandma, and at this Walmart they have all that kind of stuff locked up at the Walmart we went
like
to.
behind the
So to ask
case,
this lady for, and I made sure she knew that I just need I got the off-brand like Equate KY jelly. It didn't say anything sexual on it. It was just like whatever. I was like, make sure, give me this one, the Equate lubricant. Yeah, I said lubricant. was like,
People go in there and ask for that stuff all the time.
I know they do, but it's like,
Oh,
it's a
well.
weird. It's just because they have it locked up. If they didn't have
Oh,
it
well.
locked up, it wouldn't be a big deal.
Oh,
But
well, you popped your cherry.
I guess.
I've never asked for lubricant. I don't want to talk about this with my kid. Oh,
Saying,
gosh.
that's
So gross.
That's what I had to do.
We don't want it. We're not talking about that. No. Well, I'm sorry, but he asked me to get it, and I was thinking he was like, "You just didn't want to get it," and I was like, "No, I would have got it.
Yeah, you made me get it.
I wouldn't care. I don't care. I would have asked for it.
Yeah.
I don't have any shame with that. I don't care. I would have asked." But I was like, "Why can't we just use I was like, "Why can't you use Vaseline?" People use Vaseline as a lubricant too.
No, not for that.
But it's not like
not for that, unless they're in prison. That's the only time.
Okay, well, my bad. Maybe I get it mixed up. Okay. Maybe that's what Diddy's using. I don't know. Gosh, I'm so tired. I don't know. I'm trying to hear, like, I have like a blueberry like muffin bread in the
Oh my god,
oven,
you're
and
listening for
I'm
the
making
oven
sure
to go
because
off?
like he'll hear like the microwave thing go off and he'll let it go off and things will burn.
Yeah.
You've heard him do that.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's not going off. It only goes off for like a second.
I know. Did you hear anything go beep beep?
No.
Beep? Okay.
It's fine.
I know, because if I start smelling it, because I can smell it, and it's like if I just have to make sure.
Yeah, it smells good. What are you making?
It's a lemon blueberry bread.
Ooh.
With a lemon glaze I'm going to put on there after it cools off. It's going to be freaking delicious.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I know. I make all kinds of stuff. I tear up that kitchen, but the stuff I make.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you do.
But that stuff is good, though.
You and Grandma.
You guys should be happy that, like, you as my son should be happy I still cook.
Yeah, but I don't like, I'll eat your food sometimes. And it's not.
Please. You tore up my barbecue chicken was on
but that's
fire.
different. That was.
My barbecue, no. You have to say it on the podcast. My barbecue chicken was what?
It was fire.
Yeah. It was good.
It was really good. Yeah.
That meat was falling off the bone.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Can I ask you something about barbecuing? What, since you were, like, when you were a kid and you had barbecues, like, or went to barbecues when you were a kid, did they always have pork steaks?
Yeah.
Because I've told somebody, like, oh yeah, like, at a barbecue we usually have like burgers and pork steaks. They're like, pork steaks? They're like, what's a pork steak?
Like, somebody asked me what a pork steak was.
Yeah.
I was like,
and they're like, what are you talking about? That's not for barbecues. I'm like, it's at every barbecue I've ever been to.
I know. I was like, somebody asked me last week, they didn't know what a pork steak was.
Yeah.
They actually Googled what it was. I was like, I said, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Like, I never want to laugh because I never want to assume.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry, I had to laugh. I was like, wow. And then I'm like, that cannot just be a black thing. But obviously,
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it is.
Maybe it's just a regional thing, like where we're from.
Are you kidding me? Because I have got. Maybe it is. No, because
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think maybe it's a black thing.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's what
I've asked people, and they're like, I don't know what a pork steak is, and they're like, I ain't never had.
That's what I told. That's what I told. It was my girlfriend that I told we have pork steaks, and she's like, "What's a pork steak?" And I was like, "I think maybe it's a black thing. I don't know."
I don't know.
But then she asked one of her coworkers that's black, and she said she didn't know what a pork steak was either.
Okay, so it's not a black thing. So maybe it's just
Maybe it's just an us thing. This is our family.
No, there's a lot of people that make barbecue pork steak.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, maybe that's a generational thing. Because I don't know. Maybe it's a lot of younger people.
Maybe it is like an old thing.
Because I grew up eating barbecue pork steaks. Like, I remember being younger. I'd be like, I want a pork steak. They're like, no, you're getting a hot dog or a hamburger. It's like, I want a pork steak. And I remember being like a kid, the adults would not give me a pork steak. Like, I had to eat a hot dog or a burger.
Yeah.
But now I can eat however many pork steaks I want to. I made like 6 pork steaks Friday. and we tore that up.
They're really
pork.
good.
I made pork steaks, chicken, some chicken wings, and hot dogs. Even the hot dogs were good too.
Yeah.
But everybody left the hot dogs in there, and everybody else ate everything else. So yeah.
Yeah, if you've never had a barbecued pork steak and you eat pork, you should try it.
Yes.
It's really good.
Yes.
Maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's just like a poor thing.
Maybe
like,
it is a
if
poor
you
thing.
if you don't
I
have
don't know.
if you don't have enough for ribs.
But I don't. Maybe if you
get
don't
some
have
pork
enough for
steaks.
ribs, you eat pork steaks. But
Yeah.
pork steaks ain't cheap either. So
Yeah.
I mean, pork steaks are not cheap.
Yeah, but they were probably cheaper, like back in the day, than ribs.
Than ribs were.
It's-
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a cheaper cut of. I mean, anything from a pig is gonna be cheaper.
But when you make barbecued pork steaks, you actually have to like you grill them and then and make sure they're tender. You know, you got to cook them at the right temperature, and then what I do is I put my barbecue sauce on there, and I don't just use barbecue sauce from the bottle. I actually I do, but I season it up.
Yeah.
I season it up, and then I put some on there while it's on the grill. You got to make sure that the barbecue sauce cooks to the meat and makes it kind of sticky.
Yeah, it's got to stick.
It's got to stick to it, and you got to do that on both sides. And then after they're done, then you put it into your pan or whatever, and then I'll pour like some extra barbecue sauce over it.
Yeah.
And it's good like that. But I always heat up the barbecue sauce before I put it on the meat.
Yeah, you got to.
Gotta
Can't put
make it good.
cold barbecue sauce
Man,
on there.
Well, I'm just saying. Can you text Johnny and see if?
Are you
Yeah, I'm
serious?
dead serious.
I'm sure it hasn't gone off.
And then while you're doing that, I just want to say, hey, while we're here, this is what episode number is?
60.
Episode 60. This is episode 60 of the Tay and Tristan Hour. So before we go any further, just remember to comment, like, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Okay.
How long did you put on the oven?
10 minutes.
Do you think it's been 10 minutes?
I think so.
What is supposed to happen at 10 minutes?
It's supposed to go off, and he's supposed to take it out of the oven.
Oh my God.
I do everything. I do a lot for people. I just want to make sure.
I'll just text Grandma because Johnny's less likely to hear his phone.
His phone's right by him. He should hear it.
Okay, well, hold on.
Because I asked him to take it out.
That's true.
Because sometimes I can't hear it. We have our headphones on. I can't hear. See? I
Yeah,
can't hear his
I
phone.
heard his phone. It's so ridiculous.
This is what we do. But this is like real. This is our real life. This is what we do. Like we just text each other.
He read it. He's texting back.
I have to. The suspense is killing me. What did he say? Did Johnny take out my blueberry, bread?
What if it's burnt? How mad will you be if it's burnt?
I don't know if I'd be mad, 'cause I'm kind of like looking forward to it after I eat dinner.
Yeah.
Or and to have for breakfast tomorrow. So yeah. He
said it's burnt.
Did he take it out?
It's burnt.
He better not have burnt my bread.
He didn't take it out in time. It's burnt.
That's
what he just said. That's
not true.
That's what he just said.
He's messing with me.
Yeah.
He's messing with me. I know him for too long.
Yeah, he got it. He said he got it.
Thank you. Tell him I said thank you.
Oh my God.
And then if it's not quite done, I'll put it back in there. I just wanted to get that done. So yeah, this is episode 60. 60 episodes we've done. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
60 whole episodes.
I'm like surprised.
Why are you surprised?
I don't know. I just am. I'm surprised that we make it every week.
I know.
Because this week I was kind of really like, I just don't know if I can. But that's even when you don't feel like it's when you got to go do it. So yeah.
He said it's only bad on the bottom, but I scraped it off.
What?
It's only bad on the bottom, but I scraped it off.
Did he already cut into it? He ate it?
What he did?
Huh?
What if he did? It's only bad on the bottom, but I scraped it off. That's what he said.
He didn't cut it. He didn't cut it yet.
I
He
don't know.
didn't cut it. I don't believe that. He'll wait until I'm in there. He's not gonna do that.
I don't know. We'll see.
He didn't do it. I know Johnny too well. He's not. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I'm excited to get to 100 episodes. That will be exciting.
Yeah.
We should get like the big 100 balloons in here,
Yeah.
like let's say 100, not like 100 balloons, but
No, yeah, of course not 100 balloons. That'd be crazy.
that would be kind of cool though.
No, that'd be like $1,000. He said it tastes better without the bottom. It don't taste burnt now. That's what he said.
He did not burn my bread.
He scraped the burnt part off.
Oh my
He
gosh.
said it tastes better without the bottom. Maybe he actually did.
Maybe I did burn it.
He said it's a little raw in the middle.
Oh my gosh. Then it's not done.
I'm sure he's joking. I'm sure he's joking.
I'm over this family this week.
What do you mean?
I'm over y'all.
I didn't do anything.
Whatever. All right. So yes, this is episode 60. Just remember, guys, just to comment, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So you wanted to talk about Diddy.
Yes.
And what are your thoughts on him not being?
Well, let's give the people the news.
Okay.
I'm sure
Well,
everyone's
please.
heard, but
Yes. Yes.
he was charged with what were he had like 4 charges, right? Was it 4 or
It's
5?
like racketeering. It was like a RICO charge, and then like
Yeah.
something else. I don't know.
So I think he had 2 charges of racketeering and conspiracy.
Yeah.
And then I think a charge for sex trafficking,
Yeah.
and then 2 charges for the transportation for prostitution.
Yeah.
And those were the only 2 he was found guilty on.
Guilty of. Yes.
He was not guilty of everything else. That's
Right.
At least that's what the jury decided.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the verdict?
I don't know. I think at least they got him on something. I mean, the thing is, like with the sex trafficking thing, I think the jury, when they analyzed the whole situation objectively, probably didn't see Cassie and the other people as like victims of sex trafficking. Obviously, she's been a victim of domestic violence.
Yes.
But that's not what he was charged for.
Right. Yes. Okay.
You could say that you could make the argument that she wasn't a victim of sex trafficking simply because she kept going back to him time and time again. So that's probably how they saw that and why they didn't think he'd be guilty of the sex trafficking charges.
Right. Yeah.
But the transportation for prostitution, yeah,
Yes.
he did that. But a lot of celebrities do that.
Very
You
true.
know.
Yeah. There could be a lot of people that.
Yeah, that's like a normal thing in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's very true. I don't know. I think that well, you remember what we talked about how she was trauma bonded to him though too because of the domestic violence. And he groomed her.
Hold on, can I just say one thing? Johnny texted me.
Oh my gosh.
He said burnt on bottom, raw in middle. She don't know how to cook anymore. We might need to trade her in.
Does he really want me to go there with him?
What do you mean?
Because I think I need to trade him in.
Oh my god. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm sorry.
He already knows what I told him. Yeah, we all know who's the boss around here. Whatever. So anyway, I'll deal with him later. So, we all know that she was trauma bonded and that like he groomed her and all of that stuff, right? So I don't know if he so yeah, I don't think that they did see her like that if they saw everything like as she was, sex trafficked or anything like that because of the nature of their relationship.
Yeah.
Um, but I do feel for the other victims though, because it's, I mean, I think that I do feel for the other victims. I just don't. I think there's a lot of people who don't understand what sex trafficking is, unfortunately, and what. Uh, and then I think there's just people who, and it's difficult in a case like this too, because I mean they just have to look at the facts. They have to look at what the charges are, and if he fits into that, like what he like did his actions actually break the law of what it says the charge is, right?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then you can't. If the state didn't prove that he's guilty, I mean, if they didn't have a strong enough case, then the jury's not gonna convict on that,
Yeah.
So it, but I mean, is he gonna be guilty? I didn't think that they would get him on racketeering, but the prostitution, yeah. Um, I mean, and then of course he's very wealthy too. I mean, money does talk, and people can be paid. I think
Yeah.
that I do believe, don't discount it, but I do believe that there's an element of that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, there just is. We live in a society now where people can be bought, even judges, juries, people. Yeah, I mean, they just can. It's just the system is corrupt to the core.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's just you have videotapes of all of these things that he did, and
Yeah, but there was one
it's
juror who has been like making like the media rounds and has been talking about
yeah.
it, and apparently they said that they saw the freak off tapes
Mhm.
and that it didn't seem like it was it they described it as tame, like it
Yeah.
wasn't like this violent, like
No. Like
forcible
a big orgy.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a big orgy.
which is legal.
Yeah.
I think with the sex trafficking thing, to prove that, or like for it to be classified as that, it has to be basically prostitution by coercion
Yes.
or forcing someone to do it.
Forcing someone to do it.
And
But
they felt like it's especially in Cassie's case that at least the jury from their perspective, it she didn't seem to be forced to do it
into
because
it.
she was, again going back to him time and time
Yeah.
again.
But then it's like, can you not get away? But they had to consider, it seems to me like you would have had to consider the domestic violence and the fear of trying to leave a relationship
Yeah, but
like
they
that.
can't do that because that just
I
wasn't part
know
of the case.
it wasn't part of the case, and that's where that's where he could get off on that. That's like that loophole, you know. Um, but other people looking at it from the outside and kind of looking at it, it's like, of course she couldn't leave, or maybe she wanted to leave. But the video of her leaving and him beating her, I mean, that's somebody who is trying to leave and somebody who is extremely threatening,
Yeah.
and they did allow that video into evidence. So there is a component of people had to look at how they had to kind of set up the story, like, why wouldn't you leave this person? And if they had a freak off going on then at that hotel, or something was going on, or she's with somebody and she's trying to get away from that and he's dragging her back in, and
Yeah.
then somebody's, I mean, he's on video assaulting her. So
Yeah, but was that evident? Didn't they dismiss that?
I don't know if I thought that they allowed that in. I don't know.
I don't think
They didn't allow it into the actual trial.
I don't think
They
so.
didn't
No,
as evidence.
because
Okay.
I think that probably would have changed things.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was, but even though most people have, a lot of those jurors have probably seen that
Seen that
video too,
video,
just
yeah.
from being on the internet.
But they couldn't bring it into the case. Like they
Yeah.
couldn't bring it into the to deliberations.
Yeah.
They had to look strictly at the facts, which is why it would be difficult to be a juror in that case.
Mm-hmm.
I would not want to be a juror in that case.
Yeah, that'd be
You would have it would
intense.
be hard because you would have some bias a little bit, but you would have to I could, if I had to do it, I would.
Mhm.
You'd have to look at the facts, and I'm sure there's but he's at least going to stay in jail till sentencing, from what I understand.
Yeah, I think that's in October
It's
or
in
November.
October.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this could end up going a lot of ways. They said that he could end up getting 4 to 5 years. He's not going to end up getting a life sentence off of that. I mean, he could end up with, you know,
Probation.
probation. He's not going to lose like his entire fortune over this. I
No.
mean, he is really going to kind of, after all of this hoopla and everything about it, I mean, considering everything that he's done and kind of the person he is and the type of personality he has, I mean, he is an abuser. Um I mean, I think that, he's going to kind of walk away with a slap on the wrist. It's unfortunate
Yeah.
because I do believe, despite everything, I do believe that there were underage girls that were trafficked. I do think that there's a lot of other shady, dirty things that were going on that, yeah, there were a lot of other people that were hurt. They made it like this is about Cassie because she's, of course, the one that brought, like, sued
Yeah,
him
she
and all
started
that,
it. Yeah.
but there were other people there were kids that got hurt in this too. Um, So yeah, and in a way, she's kind of trying to shed light on that, and people, I just think, are not trying to hear it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's uncomfortable for people to hear that. They don't want to hear that. It's sad because that's going to continue to happen, and
Yeah,
it's been happening for years in the entertainment industry anyway. But it's just more. It's just seedy.
Well, I think
dark.
just because of the nature of their relationship, people,
Yeah.
especially probably the people on the jury, probably looked at her more as an accomplice to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, she was apparently helping him set up these freak offs and
Yeah.
getting girls for him and doing all that stuff. So I could see why someone might think that maybe she's not as much of a victim
As she betrayed herself
as she
to be.
says. Yeah. In
I
that
don't
respect.
know. Yeah. I don't know. Well, everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's entitled to it. I think, if there's other women out there that have been in domestic violence situations like she has, they understand how, if you don't go along with something, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then it appears to people on the outside like you're complicit. That could be her situation.
Yeah.
But if people haven't been in a situation like that, it just looks like, you ain't no victim. You just went ahead with it, and you were with them for the money or with them for that. And, I mean, people forget, like, she was signed to him for a record label. She was working with somebody else when she came out with Me and You. I mean, she was 18 years old. I mean, who can't be influenced at 18 and groomed? I mean, I think there's,
especially someone who wants to be a
star. Yeah, she was all about music and wanting to be a star, and he promised her all these things and was going to work with her, and he did not.
Yeah.
He had the power to do that, but he didn't. He took her in another direction. So, I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can look at this whole situation with him and her, but
yeah,
I mean, she got out of it. She's married and has kids, and she's moved on with her life and is trying to anyway.
Yeah.
So got her money out of him. Good for you, girl. And, compensation for something. Shit. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, maybe that sounds bad, but if I got beat like that, I want something.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Had to go through all that, It don't take. I mean, she's had to do therapy. She's had to go through therapy, and I'm sure she's still doing it. I mean, yeah. I mean, that is some trauma. That's not.
Yeah.
And if she's telling the judge, I'm still afraid of what would happen if he's out on bail because of this. I mean, that's some fear. Yeah. Don't think that he doesn't have people still out on the street,
Yeah, probably.
I mean, remember who his daddy was too. His daddy was a driver for Frank Lucas, who was like, the heroin dealer.
Yeah.
Drug lord, whatever, back in New York. So, I mean, back in the 1970s?
Yeah.
So he ain't, he didn't come from no. And his dad got killed when he was young. I mean, P. Diddy's had kind of like a rough upbringing, but he's about that gangster life, believe me.
Yeah.
He is. So I don't blame her, for wanting protection and writing that letter to the judge so that they did not let him out.
Yeah.
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 He don't need to be. He needs to be in there till he's sentenced. Yeah.
I think it
Yeah.
just, again, the nature of their relationship
Mhm.
created enough reasonable doubt.
Absolutely. I think it did too. Yeah. I think it did.
Because obviously they couldn't prove, as a matter of fact, that she was coerced
into it.
or
Yeah.
forced.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but and then I'm sure Trump will pardon him at some point. Who knows? He'll be like, well, he's unfairly treated. So yeah.
What do you think
So,
happened? Let's say he just gets probation, or let's say he does just like a couple years in
mhm.
jail. What do you think his life is after he comes out?
I already told you he's gonna come out with a redemption CD. I didn't album. I already told you this. I told you this, like when he first got freaking arrested. I told you
Yeah.
this. He's gonna come out with a redemption album.
Yeah.
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 I don't think that he will. I don't know if it will change him as a person. I don't know. I'm not saying that people can't change. I think people can, but I don't know about Diddy. When I look at Diddy's eyes, I don't see a soul.
Oh my God. Think he's soulless?
Yes, I do.
How? If he's made such great music, he can't be soulless.
So you think so what? You think that the devil can't make good music?
I'm just saying he's got some soul.
You know?
That's all I'm saying.
I don't think so. I'm serious. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I Anybody who can I'm saying I'm just you don't have any remorse or anything. I mean, he's just
Yeah, because remember, that was
you just
crazy.
don't
Remember when that
like
video came out of him and Cassie in the
yeah.
hotel? And then right after, or no, it was before the video came out. It was right before, and like the lawsuit had happened.
Mhm.
And he made a video, like saying that I'm not like this, like I'm not, whatever. He was
Yeah.
proclaiming his innocence
Yeah, his eyes are
and saying that
dark.
he's never done anything wrong
Yeah.
to her or whatever. And then the video comes out the next day
Yeah.
of him beating
Yeah,
her
if
up.
I'm beating her, yeah. So his eyes are dark. You can look when you look into somebody's eyes, you can I mean, what is the saying? The eyes are the gateway to the soul.
Hmm.
Serious. Look into somebody's eyes, you can tell a lot about them.
Yeah.
And he has soulless eyes. That man don't care. Look at Trump. Trump has evil in his eyes. He does. He doesn't care. People like that don't care. You can see it.
Yeah.
And Diddy's the same way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think, but I think he'll just get right back to business.
Oh yeah, he
Whenever-
will, and then he'll
Yeah.
still go back to having his freak offs. He'll just be a little bit more,
Discreet.
discreet about this,
Yeah.
and he's gonna be discreet about who he lets in. And yeah, oh yeah, he'll go right back to it. He'll have a freak off the weekend he gets out of prison. Sure will. He'll have it set up before his sons will have it set up for him when he gets out. That's just the truth of it.
Yeah.
You don't stop that. He don't stop that. He admitted in a video that he's a freak and he likes to do freaky things like that. And that is something that's in him.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a freak off as long as it's consensual. That's all, and nobody's being trafficked.
But he's not, but I don't think that that's what he's gonna do though.
What do you mean?
I mean, I still think they're gonna have underage people there.
I don't want to say that. I don't know that for a fact. But
I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm just saying. I mean that's. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's a fact, but.
could be.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, I don't think it's a zero chance.
Yeah. And the reason why I say that is just because people I mean, Hollywood is sick. It's been like that for decades. They've always preyed on underage kids.
Mm-hmm.
Underage. I mean, they've always preyed on kids.
Yeah.
Sexually assaulted them, abused them for years.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't nothing new.
Not at all.
So if they're doing that, I mean, believe me, they'll sex traffic them for sure.
Yeah.
And they'll end up at a freak off.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Well, speaking of that, there was some Epstein news that came out, I guess from the FBI or something, from someone, I don't know.
From the Trump's Department of Justice.
What's funny, so basically what came out was that there is no Epstein client list,
Yes.
and that he did in fact kill himself.
Oh yes, he was not murdered.
Which is funny because I saw on Twitter there was somebody that's part of like the DOJ or whatever that I don't remember her name, like Emma something, or it starts with an E, but it's part of that whole thing. And just like a few hours before that news came out, she posted on her Twitter that she has the Epstein client list on her desk.
Not surprised.
And then like a couple hours later or whatever, they're saying there's no client list. And that there's no more news coming out about this. It's finished.
Yeah, because Trump's name is on it. I mean, and that's just bottom line, flat out, the truth. and now he's like, make it go away, and they're making it go away. And that's bottom line.
I mean, even Elon said that.
That's all I know. Elon Musk telling people that Trump's name is on it, and Elon Musk, believe me, saw the list, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's all that there is to it. Trump's name is on it. He's president of the United States. He's got loyalists in the Department of Justice. They're making it go away for him.
Even if he's not, let's say, even if he's not on the list, there's definitely a lot of powerful people.
Oh yeah.
On that list.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That
a lot
that can make that go away.
Oh yeah. A lot of them. So that's it.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Like, how stupid do they think we are?
Oh, they think we're very stupid.
Like, it's crazy.
No, I'm sorry. They think they're supporters. Well, no. Let me rephrase this. I want to be nice. But no, they think I'm just going to say I'm not stupid. Yeah. That's just how I'm going to put that.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to put it like this. There's a lot of people that are finding out. I'll put it like that. Because I'm just saying there are some ignorant people out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And he likes people that are ignorant because those people vote for him.
Yeah.
He likes the people who don't ask questions.
Well, the thing is, though, like a lot of the Republican right wing and a lot of just people that voted for Trump in general.
Yeah.
One of the things was that he was gonna like release all these files and the Epstein client list and stuff, and it's like,
yeah,
they must be disappointed too. Like,
oh no, they're gonna make excuses for him about why he didn't do it.
I'm
they
sure
always do.
I'm sure a lot of them will, but I've also seen some right-wing people saying like, no, like, where's the list? You said we would get the list, and apparently there's no list.
So the fact that they even believe anything he says is still baffling to me. What? I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
I don't. I have joy and I have contentment in my life. I have contentment in my life because of God in my life. I don't, I watched the shorts like on TikTok of people that were Trump supporters, and they're like, wait a minute. I thought he said he was going to do this. Oh no. Well, that's like what I voted for. Yeah, it is. That's what you voted for.
Yeah.
But you didn't want to believe it's what you were voting for. However, you thought it was going to happen to other people. And you didn't think it was going to affect you. So, like, I feel for the people. So, one of the things I find is very interesting, I'll just say this about, like, the Medicaid cuts that are coming for a lot of people, able-bodied people. I think one of the Republican senators said something like, well, there's just people out there that are getting Medicaid, particularly men, that play video games and just are getting Medicaid. I don't know how many people out there are doing that, but okay. Um, what I have found very interesting is that they talked about illegal immigrants getting Medicaid. So, um, people do realize that like illegal immigrants can't get Medicaid.
Can't they? Can't they?
No, they're not
I wouldn't.
American citizens.
I would. Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
So when Republicans say, "Well, we're going to cut Medicaid for illegal immigrants," um, no, you're not,
Well,
because
can you get Medicaid if you have like a visa or something?
I don't know.
Maybe they mean people
Maybe
like
if you
that.
can get a visa, but I'm not sure. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can get food stamps if you have a visa.
I'm gonna look
Why
it
don't
up.
you check that? Because,
Maybe that's what they're saying.
but if they have a visa, are they're not illegal then?
That's true.
If you have a certain visa in the United States from another country, then you are not considered illegal. Is that right?
Um, it says generally non-citizens or temporary visas, like students or workers, are not eligible for most federal public
No,
benefits.
they're not.
Wait, however, some exceptions and state-level programs exist.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
at the state level. So basically, but for the majority, they're not going
Well,
to
it says
get any benefits.
um, so lawful permanent residence, is that just like that's just like a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, so yeah,
Okay. Well, refugees and asylees,
asylum seekers.
these
Hmm.
individuals often have immediate access to benefits.
Yeah,
So that's probably what they mean.
refugees.
Yeah.
So all of the South Afrikaners that came are getting Medicaid and food stamps.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
That's who's getting them. The white South Afrikaners. Because they are refugees.
Well, it's also,
I'm sorry, they have refugee status.
yeah.
So any public assistance that they need to be on, and I believe they got farmland as well. They're probably getting benefits as well, I'm sure.
So this says some states offer their own programs for non-citizens regardless of immigration status
Okay.
or may have different eligibility
So
rules.
maybe up to the states.
Yeah.
Okay. So then how can the federal government cut Medicaid to that then? I mean, I want people to ask themselves these questions. If it's at the state level, which most Medicaid and SNAP benefits are, then how is the federal government cutting that? So they're cutting the funding.
Mhm. Yeah.
So then who else gets tied up in that? Because it has to be specifically directed towards the specific. So does that mean that no asylum seekers get it? Does that mean that no refugees get it? So then the South Afrikaners can't get it. So then I mean that's what it means. So if you're talking about illegal immigrants and all of this, then anybody who's here on refugee status, he has taken away temporary protected status for a lot of immigrants, so they can't get benefits.
Mhm.
And that he did that for a lot of Haitian refugees.
Yeah.
He took all their temporary protected status away. So I guess anybody who's here and not a U.S. citizen should not have benefits, white or black.
Yeah, I mean that's how it should be if they're going to do that. Yeah.
But that's not what he's doing. I'm just saying. This is the truth, and people are not. People are just selective in what truths they want to believe.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening right now. So I'm so fatigued. You know how they were saying, oh, we have black fatigue? I have Trump
Yeah.
fatigue. I have it. I really do. I have whole government fatigue
Yeah.
at this point. I'm so tired of all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're just I mean
I'm over it.
they need more money for ICE. That's
You
what they
need more money for ICE, and so they can go in and just create martial law.
Well, I think I saw something the other day that because they've been like doing raids at like workplaces and
Of
like
course.
taking people that have been working here for like
Years.
decades
And pay
sometimes.
taxes. They pay taxes. So if people don't understand, like your illegal immigrants and migrants and the people that are doing the jobs that most Americans will not do because they don't get paid very much, these people are paying taxes
Yeah,
and they don't get benefits.
yeah. I
So,
was gonna say I think they signed a thing to stop that, to stop like doing rate like or taking people who've been working and I guess and paying taxes or whatever. I guess they're gonna stop doing that, but I think most likely what that is that he got some calls from some CEOs and some big business owners
oh,
saying,
his
"Hey,
friends.
you can't like you got to stop taking away my cheap labor.
Oh, exactly. Yeah,
What are you
his
doing?"
friends are like, "What are you doing? You're costing me money,
Yeah,
idiot."
yeah. That's probably the only
Because
reason
that's the only
why.
reason why he stopped that.
Yeah.
And then they're probably going to come to Mar-a-Lago and take his people too. Take his wait staff. So
Yeah.
yeah, people who clean his golden toilet. So
Mhm.
don't get me started on him. I'm so sick of him.
You started on it. We were talking
No,
about the
with this
Epstein list.
Epstein stuff, exactly because it's so corrupt. It's openly corrupt system that we live in,
Yeah.
and the ignorance of certain people out there.
Mhm.
That and some people are just ignorant, like the tax on tips. You ain't getting no tax break right off the bat. Like people don't understand that that's just for cash tips.
Mhm.
And when's the last time that somebody leaves? How many people leave cash tips anymore?
A lot of people still leave cash
Well, not
tips.
very many.
At
And then,
yeah, at like sit down restaurants.
well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I write in
Some
the
people do.
gratuity.
Well, yeah.
I write it in,
I see.
and they
I
take
think
it off my debit
most yeah
card.
most people probably do that, but
I mean, not a lot of people. Some people will leave a cash tip every once in a while. I'll leave a cash tip, but it's not very often.
yeah, because most
Um,
people probably don't carry cash
no, they
all the
don't
time.
carry cash a lot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it kind of screws a lot of these waiter and waitresses unless they work at very high end restaurants where they're making a lot of, where you're going to make
Mhm.
really great tips. And they actually pay with cash because they got cash on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So,
I don't know, but some of the tipping is kind of ridiculous, though.
yeah,
Honestly.
they really want you to tip like 18%
Yeah.
for.
Or they'll add the gratuity on already, and then you got to
They
tip
do
again.
add the gratuity
I
on.
think
Yeah.
like a lot of higher end places do that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they
But
already
even
added in.
but even just like at a place where you're just going inside to pick something up,
Yeah.
and they'll have the screen
Mhm.
saying like tip. It's like
It's
what
like I don't want to add tip
I
the
just
food's high
came
enough.
inside and I'm you're just handing me my food. What am I
Yeah, it's
tipping
like
you for?
what have well that's a sense of entitlement. Like
You
here
think
I'm just going
so?
to give you this, but here give me money. Give me more money for this.
Yeah.
Kind of how much work are you doing? I remember a time when people actually worked really hard for their money. People don't work hard for their money anymore. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I That's my opinion. Maybe I'm just grumpy and tired today. But it's just how I feel.
Yeah.
I just don't. I just think that a lot of people just don't. They want a lot of money for very mediocre work.
Or they'll do like I saw a thing the other day, a picture of like one of those little kiosk things that
Mhm.
asks you to tip, and they put like quotes on there, like trying to make you feel bad if you don't tip. Like, oh,
No.
you're an a hole if you don't tip.
Oh,
Like,
I'm like, well, okay, well, bye.
yeah,
Like,
well,
okay, I guess I am.
yeah,
So, well, I will probably never see you again or hear from you or whatever.
yeah,
Most of that crap's AI crap. I'm just over it.
yeah.
I wish that people could be. I you know I just everything you hear now, whether it's on like we're talking about it, but like whether you're on TikTok, everything is Trump, Trump, Republicans, Trump, Trump, Republicans, Democrats aren't doing anything, Trump, Trump, It's like, oh my gosh, like there are so many other things going on in this world that are good.
Mhm.
Like, what are you doing? Like, can y'all talk about something else? Like, that's happening in your life. It's like it's all about him and them, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
It's wearing me out. Like I can't deal with it anymore. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, and that's it.
Yeah.
And um, I'm just gonna keep living my life. I'm aware of what's going on in the world. Um, you always want to be awake. That's why they don't want us to be woke. But
Yeah.
they say woke is something else, which is not. It's just being aware of what's going on around you and what's happening with the government and your way of life and quality of life. Okay. Um, but that's what woke is.
Yeah. 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 Well, yeah. The word was
Yeah.
co-opted.
Yes, it really was. It really was.
Just like the
Yeah.
term conspiracy was
Yeah.
co-opted to make it
Something
seem
bad.
like someone was crazy.
Yes.
If you said
exactly.
conspiracy theory,
Exactly.
it's the same thing.
It is. Yeah. So stay woke out there, people. Stay woke. Um, it means that you need to be aware and educated about the things that are happening.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a liberal to be
No,
woke
you don't.
under the real definition.
No, you don't. That's the thing. You don't. You don't have to be a liberal, progressive, or anything like that to be woke. It means educated, honey, and aware of what's going on in your world,
Yeah.
politically, mentally, emotionally, everything. Stay woke because they want us asleep.
Yeah.
It's just like this alligator Alcatraz crap that they built. Like the people I saw on online, like people are taking pictures by the sign.
Where is that? I don't know too much about that.
So they built this place for immigrants
Mhm.
that are here illegally, and it's basically just a
Where is
tent,
it?
a big tent. It's here in Florida, some damn where. I don't know how damn far, but it is. They spent $450 million. It has already flooded. It's basically out in the Everglades.
Mhm.
Okay, there's no fencing, guardrails, or anything. So like it's crazy. It is crazy. And basically, they showed a video where Ron DeSantis is out there talking to the press, and you look at the ceiling and it's just flapping. It's just like a tent. It's like fences and tents, and they've got beds in there and metal beds with like your little mats on it and stuff. And I mean, they're planning on putting refugees in here, women, children, and you know, it's just a place for people to die. That's what it is. It's a place to put people. It's a concentration camp. That's what it is. Modern day.
Well, that's what it looks like.
Oh, it's exactly what it is. It is. It is a concentration camp.
Didn't they say they were going to reopen the real Alcatraz for that?
Yeah, they were wanting to, but that's like you know how much money that would cost them to do that? So here's the thing. They built the Alligator Alcatraz in like 8 days. Spent 100. It cost like 450 something $million to do. And I was thinking like, oh my gosh. So you could take, so that explains like whenever politicians really want to get something done, they can get it done.
Yeah.
To really, like, you could have spent that money to build places to house the homeless. You could use that to help people.
Communities with that.
So many communities. And so the way that looks and the fact that it flooded, there's no septic system out there. So where's all of the waste going to go? It's going to go out into where's it going to go? It's going to flood. It's already flooded. And so that did not cost the taxpayers or anybody. That did not cost $450 million to build, because it's just not retrofitted that way when you really look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And
maybe they're expensive beds.
No, I don't think so. Take a look at it.
Yeah.
So who pocketed the rest of that money?
Somebody did.
Ron DeSantis and Trump and Republicans, however they split it up. That's who pocketed that money. the fact that Donald Trump went down there and was like, yeah, and toured it, and was like, yes, yes, and then he even made a statement that was like, oh, Jeffrey Epstein would have really liked this.
That's
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying.
Wait,
He
what?
made yes,
Is
he
that
made
real?
yeah, it's a real statement that
Come
he
on.
made. Now,
He'd like what, the Alligator Alcatraz?
yeah, hmm
That's that's
yeah.
a crazy thing to say.
So the fact that he said that, and then here you go, like a week or two later, then they're like, oh, nobody was on the Epstein client list. Come on, people, put two and two together. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, this is basic common sense. It's outright corruption that's going on, not just with this administration, but with this Alligator Alcatraz, stealing money, putting people in a modern day concentration camp and going to leave people there. It's going to flood. We ain't even hit hurricane season out here yet. Well, we're in hurricane season. First hurricane. And they said it's set up to withstand a category 2 hurricane. It rained and it flooded already.
Yeah.
That ain't going to withstand no hurricane.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay. So the fact that, I mean, you're going to put people in there and they're going to die.
Yeah, but sure.
They have
doesn't seem safe at all.
no, they have no. Despite how other people feel about immigration and other people that are not, and how they feel about people of color, everybody's life is. It's not. We are not the judge. We're not, and that is an extremely inhumane way to treat people.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just like I'm like fed up with it. And people are just, and the people that take pictures by that have no soul.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. It makes my heart hurt. Because I think we're better than that.
Yeah, I think so too.
And we have somebody leading our country who is soulless as well.
Yeah.
It makes me sad. I'm about to cry. It hurts my heart. And there's a lot of people that just, I don't know. I'm sad about it. So I pray and I turn to God and I try to find joy in my life with you guys and with my dog and and just just try to be grateful that we have the life that we have. Yeah, it could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
It really could be. So
well,
just stay
anyway,
woke.
I don't think we're getting that client list anytime soon.
We ain't getting no client list
It's gonna
at
be
all.
Hopefully, it's just like they said we would get the JFK files.
We're not getting that, and we ain't getting no files on Martin Luther King Jr.'s death either.
Yeah, at least not the real ones.
We ain't getting nothing.
No, because they are. Do you remember that thing? It happened like a few months ago where they invited a bunch of people, like media people, and to the White House.
Yeah.
And to apparently give them the Epstein file.
Yeah.
Which is just full of a bunch of bull crap.
Of course.
It was just stuff that everyone knew already.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah. It's all theater and show and smoke and mirrors. That's it. So, y'all keep drinking the Kool-Aid. And I'm going to keep living my life.
I like red Kool-Aid though.
Wow, yeah, I can't drink Kool-Aid. Makes me sick and bloats me. So it's no good for my soul.
Why you made Kool-Aid like not
yeah,
that
and
long
then
ago.
I it's what I'm saying.
Twice.
I drank some of it and it bloated me up. It's like, whoop, can't drink this.
Oh my God.
It's not good for my soul anymore.
That's good for my soul. I like
So,
Kool-Aid.
I just, so just, hey man, you know what makes me happy, and you guys know this. Like, cooking makes me happy. I love to cook and try new things. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Food makes me happy.
You should try to cook a beef Wellington.
I probably will at some point.
I don't know why when I try to think of fancy foods, that's like the first one that I think of.
Because it looks delicious.
I don't know how I guess it's fancy. I only know about it because of Hell's Kitchen.
It looks amazing.
Yeah,
I really want to try to make a beef Wellington.
they do look good.
It really does. I want to go to Vegas and eat at his restaurant.
I do too. They have this big burger that's like stacked up to here that looks so good.
Yeah, I don't want that. I want to eat at Hell's Kitchen restaurant.
That's what I'm talking about. It's at that.
Yeah. Oh,
I
is
think
it?
it's at that. I think so.
Because
Maybe
he's
I don't
got
know.
a burger place too.
It might be one of his other restaurants. I don't know.
But I'm going to eat there. I think we should go to Vegas next year.
Are you
I
serious?
think so.
I
I just want to go there to eat at his restaurant. I don't want to go to Vegas to gamble. I don't like gambling.
I want to go
I want to
see.
go see some shows and go eat at his restaurant.
I want to
That's
see the
me.
Pawn Star shop.
Yeah,
That's
go in
what I
there.
want to see.
Yeah,
Remember Pawn Stars?
I remember Pawn Stars. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to go see that. Yeah, there's several things I would like to go see in Vegas. I'm not a I like I said I would love to go see a show
I really want to see the Sphere.
and some museums.
Ooh, I think
Yeah,
isn't the body exhibit in
I
Vegas?
think so. Yeah.
That place is creepy,
Like
but I want
that
to see
I
it.
would like to go see some. That's my thing. So like I said, I'm not a gambler, but I would love to go and see some shows and eat some good food. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to fly and just pray that the plane crashes. Not
Pray that the
crashes.
plane
I
crashes.
said
What?
pray that there's no plane crashes.
You said pray that the plane crashes.
No, I don't. I meant that there's no plane crashes.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Well, I'm sure there won't be. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't need that. So, but yeah, I would like to do that.
Yeah, we should do that.
I told you I'm not doing my next days off. I think I'm gonna um I should spend like the whole day at the beach.
Yeah, that'd be
My
nice.
birthday is next month, so I'm thinking of taking an extra day off.
Yeah, you should. You absolutely should.
Taking like the Friday off, and then I'm already off on Monday, so I think maybe I'll take an extra day off and just
Yeah.
whole day at the beach.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
good for the soul.
Oh yeah, it's been so hot though lately. It's like hot to sit out there.
Yeah.
I think I'll do that and just sit out there. Trying to think of anything else I would like to do for my birthday. I'll be 48.
Wow.
I know. He's looking at me like, "Wow, mom,
I thought
you're
you were
old."
already 48.
No, I'll be 48.
Oh. Well, you look great for your age.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm losing weight too. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I need to until I go make this freaking burger and onion rings. I got some really good onion rings that are not genetically modified. They're non-GMO.
How do you know that?
And I bought some organic pizzas too.
Yeah, I saw that. Probably disgusting, if I had to guess.
Oh, did you look in the freezer and see mine?
Yeah, I just saw it when I opened the freezer.
They're the green wise. They look really good.
If you're gonna eat pizza, just just go all the way. You need a healthy
No,
pizza.
I want.
If you want to eat a pizza, just get a
I
real
want
pizza.
No, I want a regular. No, I wanted because I want pizza, but I want to. I want to feel like I'm eating a healthy pizza.
Well, that's ridiculous. That's like when vegan people eat like vegan burgers. Like, what are you doing? Just eat vegan. Why do you need a vegan burger? Why do you need to pretend like
Because they want to
why
feel
do
like
you
they,
need
they
to-
because they want to feel like because they want to,
Why do you need to pretend like you're eating meat? Just go
I
full
don't want to
vegan.
pretend like I'm eating anything. It's organic pizza. But you know what? You know one thing though? Like since I've been eating like that, like I have been like I still have been losing weight.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something to it.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I don't drink so I drink poppy. I drink water. And I drink like I drink everything that has zero sugar. So like I do like the sparkling flavored water
Mm-hmm.
that none of y'all like. And it's really good.
It's disgusting.
It's not disgusting. It's good.
No.
It's good. It's so funny, Mom. I told Mom that she needed to start drinking like the flavored water. She's like, "No, that's nasty. I don't want that nasty out of that." It's like you have to try it, and then once you get used to it, your body craves stuff like that. Like I don't want Mountain Dew anymore. That's why I was like surprised to see you drinking the soda. I don't remember the last time you drank a dark soda.
I drink soda sometimes. I think like every time I take Grandma to the store now,
Yeah.
it's become like a routine now for us to both get a
She's
soda.
Bad influence
Every
on
time, every time we
You're-
leave the store,
She's a
we get a
bad
soda.
influence. You were not drinking so you have to stay away from
Well,
Mom.
no, I drink soda. But that's not often. Like I don't drink soda every day.
You guys
Maybe I only maybe drink it at the very most twice a week. At the very most.
What? You weren't drinking it at all for a while.
Yeah, but it's just once in a while. And sometimes if I go out to eat or something, I might get a soda. You know. Yeah.
Wow,
Or if I go to the movies, I'll get a
he's
soda.
changed on me completely because
Oh, my
you were
goodness.
not drinking any soda. You got on to me about drinking soda. You're like, you need to stop drinking soda. That's too much sugar. That's what makes you gain weight.
Yeah, it does.
And then I bought organic cane sugar.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah, that's the good
I
stuff.
did. Yeah, that's what I put in my blueberry um, bread or loaf,
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, so Mom's like, you guys eating all this stuff, and I use fresh blueberries, and so yeah, I'm trying to just eat things that are a little bit healthier, a little by little. So
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna eat pizza tonight, so
he's gonna eat Emo's pizza, and I asked him if I could have some. He's like, "No, you're gonna eat that whole
no,
pizza."
she didn't even ask me.
I asked you the
But
other
no,
day.
she didn't ask me, but she pointed it out, and without even having to ask me, I said, "Don't touch it." So
So mean, yeah, so mean. You wouldn't even known that there were Emo's pizzas out here if I didn't tell you.
that's true. Well, I'm capitalizing on that.
I know they're really good too. It's like ugh.
Yeah.
Every time I made one, I was like, "Shit, ain't gonna be none of that left."
Yeah.
He's like, "Are you gonna eat the rest of this?" It's like, see, that's how nice I am. It's how giving I am to my family.
I mean, but you weren't gonna eat it anyway because you had just left it out. Me, I'm gonna eat the whole thing, and I know that. You'll just leave stuff out. It's like you're not gonna eat this anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna eat it.
But I don't.
I never leave food out like that because I know I'm gonna eat all of it.
I usually leave it out for Johnny, but Johnny forgets and won't eat it.
Yeah.
And then he'll get up in the morning and eat it. I'm like, you let that food sit out all night long.
Yeah.
I'm like, no wonder you don't feel good. Crazy.
We really need to wrap this up. I have to urinate so bad. Like,
Oh my
so bad.
gosh. We always do like an hour or yeah, okay. Why do you always say that on here?
I have to go.
He has to
I
go.
just drank
Like really, really bad.
just drank a
Oh
Wild
yeah,
Cherry.
and I have decided one last thing. I've decided to let my hair grow out.
Oh, really? Natural?
No.
Oh. Okay. Jeez, you have to yell at me. Oh my God, what's still wrong with that?
No. Ew. Bleh. No.
So just like what it was before.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make sure that I make sure I cut off any split ends and things like that, and just kind of
Yeah.
keep it nice and neat. But I'm gonna let it grow back out.
Oh,
I've decided to.
good.
Yeah, I like the pixie, but I've had the pixie for a little while, so I'm like, okay, now it's time for me to change again. I'm getting close to 50, so now I'm gonna probably start going through a midlife crisis, and now I'm gonna probably trade in my car. Yeah. What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say I've been in one? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm just kidding.
It sounds like you're trying to say I've been in one.
I'm just kidding. No. No, it's fine. That's great. That's great. You should do braids again next.
Yeah, I might do braids. I have to let my hair
You should
grow
get
out.
some faux locks.
Yeah, I miss kind of getting braids done. So I might get some braids or just sew in or something done. So I don't know. So we'll see. Or I might get some braids in.
Yeah.
Get a protective style for a while, and then I haven't had braids for a long time.
Yeah.
But I gotta let it grow back out. But yeah. So, but anyway, I'm done. So I'm gonna go make me a burger and some onion rings, and he's gonna go have pizza. And yeah, and I gotta go check on my blueberry bread.
Yeah. And I'm actually gonna go relieve myself.
So thank you everybody for tuning in to episode 60 of the Tay and Tristan Hour.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
And you guys are awesome. Check you later.
See you next week.
Bye.